everyone, day 10 activities, and the first one is a reading activity. So I've just picked a couple of storybooks from our shelf, and then over here I've made out of cardboard these little magnifying glasses, and on two of the magnifying glasses I have written sounds. So I've written set two sounds. So we've got the E sound and we've got the O sound. And then on the other three magnifying glasses, I have written tricky words. So tricky words are the words that the children can't sound out. So we've got my, the, and he. And the idea of this activity, it's really simple, is they'd pick up the magnifying glass. So say they were doing the E one, and you can see I've purposely picked this book about a bee because I know there's definitely going to be some E sounds in here. And then they'd open the book out, and the idea isn't for them to read the book. You could maybe help them read parts of it, but it's more just for them to be looking for that E sound within the book. So they'd open it up, here we go. And then they would just be moving their magnifying glass along, hopefully spotting there's an E sound here. They'd keep moving it along, see if they can spot any other E sounds. Move on to the next page. Moving it along. Again, there's another E sound there. So yeah, they'd just be working through the book with their magnifying glass, seeing if they can spot either the different sounds or the different red words. So you could decide really, it might be that you feel like your child maybe struggles with the red words, so you might want to make all your magnifying glasses red words and see if they can spot those tricky words in the book. Or it might be that you really want to focus on the sounds and you want to pick more sounds for them to spot. Whatever you think your child maybe needs to work on, or you could do a mixture like we've done, so a few sounds and a few words. And if you've got a year 1 child, you could do the set 2 and set 3 sounds, and for reception children you might just want to stick to the set 2 sounds. So that's our first activity. And then our next activity over here is just a really quick number activity. It's an addition one. So what I've done is I've drawn some clouds and I've written some addition equations. And I've done the first one just to show you. And how I've made those little raindrops is by we've actually got a fingerprint book over here. So we've actually used the stamps from the book, but you don't have to use stamps. You could use, if you've got paint, you could use paint, or if you've not got paint, you could just draw the raindrops to help work out the additions. So the idea is for 5 at 3, they do the 5 raindrops, then the 3 raindrops, and then count them all together. What might be quite nice to do for this activity, if your child's quite confident, is for them to see if they could work it out mentally first, especially if you've got a year 1 child. You might want to get them to see if they can do it in their head first, and then afterwards they could do the raindrops and check to see if they've got it right. Again, for older children, if you've got a year 1 child, you could make the addition equations a bit more tricky. So you could do ones, these mostly are within 10 or go just over 10. So you could make them a bit trickier and do slightly bigger numbers. So yeah, there's lots of different ways you could adapt this for older children. And like I said, it might be good for if you have got a year 1 child to try and get them to do it in their head first, and then they could check it after drawing the raindrops. So yeah, these are our 2 activities.